Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to get started, I would like to kindly remind everyone to ensure that your phones are set to silent mode or turned off to minimize any disruption during the session. Thank you. Additionally, please note that the scanning the QR code in the delegate badge will direct you to the agenda of the day. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, founders, entrepreneurs, and innovators, a very warm welcome to the CII National Social Tech Startup Summit. We gather here today to explore the incredible potential of technology in driving social change and innovation. To officially commence this summit, we have distinguished panel of speakers joining us for the inaugural session. First, join me in welcoming Mr. B. Tyagarajan, Chairman of CII CIES National Social Tech Startup Platform, Managing Director, Blue Star Limited. Mr. Tyagarajan has been a visionary leader in fostering innovation within the social tech ecosystem. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Praveena Yagnambat, co-chairperson of the CII National Tech Startups Platform, Chief of Staff and CSR Head, Boeing India and South Asia. Ms. Yagnambat had been instrumental in driving initiatives that bridges the gap between technologies and social impact. Please join me in welcoming her. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Suchitra Ella, co-founder and managing director of Bharat Biotech Limited. Ms. Ella's contribution to healthcare and social innovation are truly inspiring. We are honored to have her with us today. May I now please call upon Mr. B. Tyagarajan, Chairman of CII CIES National Social Tech Startup Platform, to deliver the welcome address and to set the context of the platform and the summit, please. Thank you, sir.
Praveena, Suchitra, Sujit, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Honorable Minister had to attend to something else, an emergency issue, so he has regretted his inability to join. Because it was a last minute thing, we couldn't get his speech also recorded. He was looking forward to participating in this event. But we have his messages, blessings, and support for this event. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the CII Social Tech Startup Summit. In 2020, CII launched a Center of Excellence for Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Startups. The center's vision is to establish a world-class, state-of-the-art, corporate-driven startup resource platform that catalyzes the growth of successful startups across India. We aspire to create an ecosystem where the cutting-edge resources, expert guidance, and industry connections converge to support startups in achieving their full potential. Wherever we are in interesting times, and we are one of the fastest growing economy, and you will agree that it is India's decade. It's also important to know that there are 50 and more elections happening across the world. There are at least two major wars and many other geopolitical tensions across. And the growth that India is witnessing is good. At the same time, it comes with huge challenges that can be covered in my view. One is connected with the scale. That's a first challenge to cope with. The second one is the rapid changes that are taking place in the demographics, which can be addressed only through the extensive infrastructure buildup. Many other innovations coming into place, and the digital technology as a whole. Simultaneously, the aspirations of the people are also rising, and as a country, we are trying to match that growth with our own shortcomings that are there or the gaps that are there, including in that of infrastructure, and to meet the aspirations of the people and carry them along the right way. The government and the private sector and the civil society are doing their bit, and they have always listened to the occasion. But what will be new is this particular aspect that whatever we are witnessing this high growth, it is the scale of that is something huge, and there is no patience or time that is given because we are dealing with billions of people who are from various demographic, various geographies. This startup ecosystem is one which was part of the same challenge that was foreseen in 2020. It was during the pandemic time, and I think Sujitra used to chair the southern region. It was the past president of CII, Mr. Chris Godalakrishnan, who spearheaded this initiative along with Sujit and Madhu to put this center in place. This center works to empower corporates by facilitating that they embrace innovation through a robust startup connect network framework, while concurrently guiding startups to evolve into prominent corporate leaders. The center strives to bridge the gap between established businesses and emerging startups, fostering an environment of collaboration and mutual growth in a sustainable manner. We're also aware that there was as it would always happen. There are good startups, there are bad startups, and there are startups who are looking for huge valuations and sell out. There were startups which were trying to work hard to create a system combining innovation and technology together. The services this center offers, keeping everything in mind, is to do with how sustainably these startups can grow. One is through global engagements, that is through corporate looking to expand their reach beyond domestic markets. The second is the market access, provides that invaluable services, including tailored strategies and networking opportunities that enable startups with corporates to enter and thrive in new markets, because CII has a very large membership, and both forward linkages and backward linkages can be provided by CII, and that's what is the attempt of this center. Then there is capacity building, enhancing capabilities of startups and corporates through targeted capacity building programs. These initiatives include workshops, training sessions, and mentorship opportunities designed to develop critical skills, improve operational efficiency, and foster innovation. This is possible because CI with own ecosystem have many leaders who led their own companies and the CI in some capacity. You will hear from them during the course of the day. And actually, Ninad is another mentor for mentoring many startups. So there are a lot of leaders within CII who are coming forward to do that as well. The next one is the startup affiliation facilitation for the startups that connect emerging enterprises with established corporations. Through these affiliations, startups gain access to corporate resources, expertise, and networks, while corporates benefit from innovative solutions that fresh perspectives brought by the startups. This mutually beneficial relationship helps drive innovation and growth for both the parties. So this particular center was for all startups, including the commercial ones. And I can take one simple example to tell you how this collaboration between CII, corporations, and the startups can take place. Take for example, there is a component or a product that is being imported into the country, and there is high level of import dependence for that product. And some of them are electronics, or equipped with microprocessors. And the companies would like to indigenize, and when they want to indigenize, they are obviously looking for the design capability, how some innovation can take place to develop it. Let's say, for example, it's a controller meant for something, or something like that. Now, if a startup is coming forward to say that, look, I have the capability to develop this particular product, based on the benchmark, the companies come forward to provide those benchmarks, what they are looking for. The companies are also telling these startups that I am giving you assurance in about 2 years, 3 years time. If you are able to supply and replace the global supply chain or an international supplier with a domestic one, this business is yours. So the corporate is able to assure that when we say 50 crores worth of equipment and start buying from you. So here the startup gets the customer with an assured revenue potential. So in this example, if you see, there's a reference CIO, there's a role that the corporation plays, and startups are benefiting through this. In this particular process, you need the help of other learning institutions or academia, the CII center is able to provide. That was the concept on which the center was set up. And moves to CII social tech startup platform. That's another part of the activity, and I have the honor of being the chair of this particular initiative. Joining me in this effort is Ms. Pravina, who is the co-chair for the steering committee, and together we are dedicated to advancing the mission of this platform and supporting the incredible work being done by the social tech startups across the country. And Pravina herself has done a lot of work for the company that she works for Boeing, and specifically in Northeast. The minister sends his messages, and that goes well with his portfolio as well, in science and technology. And he is also in the advisory panel for the Prime Minister in numerous initiatives. And as you are aware, the government is closely supporting CI in driving these initiatives across, because we have understood one thing, that if we want to scale, technology plays an important role, and the startup ecosystem is playing an important role. Say, for example, even in healthcare, the EICU is a vehicle we identified as the one which can help us to scale when the physical infrastructure will develop. And I have a pleasure in welcoming the other speakers, Ms. Sujitra Rawala, and you know her from Bharat Biotech, the Covaxin as a lifesaver, which her company developed and launched, including several innovations such as form of that. And they have pioneered this effort as a startup example, and today they are world leaders in vaccines and other allied interventions that they do across the globe. Mr. Ninad Karpe, he was the managing director and CEO of Aptech, and subsequently He also chaired CII Western region. Today, he supports numerous startups as a venture capitalist. Mr. Saurabh Johri, Mr. Sanjay Anantharaman, Mr. Munish Bhatia, Mr. Pradeep Garg, and Ms. Namisya Ujjain, Ms. Anibab Nidhi, Mr. Shaumik Guha, Ms. Sulekha Khan, and Ms. Ruchira Shukla, Mr. Parishit Vashish are all esteemed speakers, and I extend a warm welcome to them. This platform is guided by a steering committee comprising diverse group of leaders and experts from various sectors. The committee includes representatives from foundations, multilateral organizations, and the key entities working actively in the social sector, all of whom bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. This diverse composition ensures that we can address the needs of social tech startups from multiple perspectives, fostering a holistic approach to problem solving and innovation. As many of you know, CII has been deeply committed to leveraging technology for social impact. Over the years, we have undertaken numerous initiatives aimed at driving inclusive and sustainable development. So you all will be also seeing the logo fish there. The origin of that is as follows. India can solve many of its grassroots challenges by deploying social technology at scale. Social technology is using all available knowledge and digital tools to transform society. An industry led research platform designed to increase the number of social tech startups in India is the need of the hour. Social technologies bring innovation, disruption to the status quo, and more impact through sustainability and new business models as well. Opportunities and benefits for industry to consider helming such a platform are plenty in order to bring together a different ecosystem of stakeholders, the areas of opportunities to engage in and curating. Today, we are proud to launch FISH, an industry led forum that has wherewithal to catalyze linkages that can bridge resource gaps and accelerate impact on the ground. The platform will also address some broad sustainable development goals, challenges, and to accelerate inclusive growth in the country by increasing the number of social tech startups in the country. For all stakeholders keen to use social technology to address SDG challenges, FISH is the resource platform of choice. FISH stands for Funding Ideas for Social Change. Obviously, capital is needed, and that's what we are here for. The launch of the CII as social tech startup platform is a testament to this commitment. FISH is designed to bring together startups, corporates, and impact investors and other stakeholders to create scalable solutions that address some of the most pressing social challenges we face today. And the term scalable, you will see, is being repeated because we are indeed concerned about this, that we are good in launching, but how to sustain and scale becomes an important imperative for this platform. The primary aim of today's summit is to highlight the groundbreaking work being done by social tech entrepreneurs to explore how we can collectively support and amplify their efforts. We will be hearing from speakers who will provide insights on the sector from different perspectives. Beyond this summit, we have also planned a series of post-program initiatives designed to further this mission. These include Market Access Program, which will connect social tech startups and corporate partners, and the impact pitching sessions, where startups will have the opportunity to present their innovation to the impact investors. In closing, I want to emphasize the importance of the work we are doing together. The challenges we face are significant, as I explained, but with collaboration and innovation, and most importantly, persisting with the efforts on a sustainable basis over a period of time, I think fish will be a successful venture for us. I look forward to the discussions and insights that will emerge from today's summit. And most importantly, more the number of people come to know, it will be good for CII and the very initiative. The summit today will begin with a panel on the theme aligning capital with the purpose, the future of impact investing. This panel will focus on the unique challenges and opportunities associated with investing in social enterprises. The discussion will highlight strategies for balancing financial returns with social impact, fostering innovation, and scaling social tech enterprises. The second panel has been designed on the theme of driving social change, corporate strategies for innovation and impact. This session will explore how corporates can integrate social innovation into their core strategies. Panelists will discuss the role of corporate resources, networks, and expertise in driving social change, creating value through innovation, and building partnerships with social enterprises. The third panel is a conversation on global pathways, expanding horizons for social innovation. This panel will discuss the importance of international collaboration for enhancing social innovation in India. We will then move on to a fireside chat on technology for impact through global partnership. The fireside chat will explore how technology can drive inclusive and sustainable development. Key voices from multilateral organizations will discuss innovative approaches and collaborative efforts to tackle global challenges like poverty, gender inequality, and climate change. The summit will end with a masterclass on navigating the social tech landscape. This masterclass is designed to provide social tech entrepreneurs with actionable insights and practical strategies for scaling their ventures. There are a few startups who are showcasing their innovative technologies here today. You can see inside the hall. I would urge you to walk around and interact with these startups and learn about their innovations. We will be also launching a compendium of innovative startups who are providing solutions to the social challenges. This will help you to understand what others are doing, will also help you to get some new ideas. I want to thank all the participants for their time and for joining the summit today. I would also like to thank Sujit and Madhu and their team for putting together this program and the compendium that they have put together, and also for the first time for CI to scan through and connect. It is a work in progress, and I hope and believe that over the coming months, Fish as a platform will immensely grow, and CI as well as the corporates will be in a position to contribute and make it a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone for today's event and vision of the platform. It's now my pleasure to invite Ms. Praveena, co-chairperson of the CII CIES National Social Tech Startup Platform, to share her thoughts with us. Ms. Praveena, the stage is yours.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today at the CII CIES Social Tech Startup Summit. It is both an honor and a privilege to co chair this platform alongside Mr. Tyagarajan, who I have the privilege of knowing for over 3 decades and truly admire his passion for the work that he has taken up from time to time. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to engage in such a dynamic and impactful discussion with you all today. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all distinguished speakers and the chief guest for their insights and contributions. Your expertise and perspectives are essential in shaping the future of social technology and innovation. Just yesterday, I was gifted a book by somebody called India at 100 by Dr. T.V.S. Subramaniam. The usual pattern is to read a book from page one, and from the title itself, I knew there was something on startups in that book. So I jumped right into the middle of the book. It is not a coincidence that startup and innovation culture in India is right in the center of that book. So I was ready to flip through it right straight there. And I texted my colleague Parikshit on exactly the discussion we had today. It is so relevant. Um, because today marks a significant milestone for the Confederation of Indian Industry as we inaugurate the social tech startup platform. This platform is not just another initiative, it represents a strategic convergence of innovation, technology, and social impact. Our goal is to harness the power of technology to address some of the most pressing social challenges in our country by bringing together startups, corporates, academia, and government bodies. We aim to create an ecosystem where social tech startups can thrive, innovate, and scale solutions that drive real, measurable impact. Technology plays a crucial role in scaling impact and addressing societal needs. In our rapidly evolving world, leveraging technology allows us to amplify our efforts and create solutions that can reach broader audiences and drive sustainable change. Creating digital infrastructure for public good is generating enormous opportunities for equitable development in India. India is witnessing, and I quote straight from the book by Dr. Subramaniam, is India is witnessing a significant digital transformation. All of us are part of that transformation. One such example of the transformation that we are all part of is the triple combination of Jandhan, Aadhaar, and mobile, also known as the JAM Trinity, that has enhanced transparency and helps with timely delivery of financial benefits. 94% of small businesses in India lead in accepting digital payments. Digital technology is transforming India's agricultural, healthcare, education, and other ecosystems. The CIES social tech startup platform is designed to be the conduit through which these technological advancements can be harnessed for social good. Our vision is to utilize this platform to foster collaboration among startups, industry leaders, and community stakeholders. By working together, we can unlock innovative solutions to pressing social changes. Through the interventions planned as part of this platform, we aim to scale our impact and achieve significant and lasting benefits for communities across India. With the launch of the social tech startup platform, we are taking our commitment to the next level. This platform is designed to amplify the impact being created by providing a structured framework for collaboration between startups and industry leaders. It will offer opportunities for startups to access resources, mentorship, and market access, enabling them to scale their innovations and reach a broader audience. As we move forward, the platform will focus on areas such as climate technology, education, healthcare, and livelihoods where technology can make the most significant difference. The social tech startup platform will not only build on this legacy, but will also open new avenues for social entrepreneurs to bring transformative change. Together, let's commit to driving innovation that not only grows businesses, but also uplifts communities and creates a more equitable and sustainable future for all of us. My experience in working with the communities spans several sectors. Boeing's commitment to invest in education, skill development, healthcare, etc., particularly for those from the marginalized communities, has had a significant impact with a multiplier effect. Girls are now beginning to see a future that has a level playing field for them. I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power of dedicated efforts. Thank you once again for your commitment to this cause. I'm excited to embark on this journey with all of you. Together, let's harness the power of technology and innovation to make a profound difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights and for the highlighting the crucial role that technology plays in social innovation. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Suchitra, co-founder and managing director of Bharat Biotech International Limited, to share her thoughts on the vital role of social tech startups in driving impactful change.
Good morning, everyone. Um, I thought it was raining in Hyderabad, but I was wrong. Uh, we expected this time of the year, and we know that it's the monsoons for us, the southwest monsoons hammering us, which is good. So we've been through our share of flooding and all the other issues associated with this time of the year, especially during the monsoons. But then I land in Delhi, and then it's humid and sultry and raining and sunny, of course, sometimes. So you just don't know what's happening to the weather pattern, and at least that we all used to know. But things are changing, and I think it's also a cause of concern. What's happening in Gujarat, of course, is also something um, very disturbing in terms of the calamities, what Kerala went through, um, Himachal, you name it. I think almost every part of the country is being now susceptible. It's just not country specific. I think it's also going to be the same around the globe. This is just that, our ecosystem here for us is something that we can just point out and talk about, but we also need to have a deeper sense of concern and um, connect to the environment that is around us, and also be um, to be change agents in terms of how we shape the coming years for the generations ahead. I think there's a lot resting on our shoulders uh, right now. With that short note, that was on my mind since a few days now. I would like to say that I'm very happy to be here. Uh, Delhi is always something that brings us for many, many occasions, and I travel here to Delhi for work as well. Um, because almost all the ministries that we are regulated and connected to are from the central ministries, at least a half a dozen of them. So travel to Delhi is always work related, and it so happened that this time that I had this little time kept away for this very important topic. And when this initiative got started, I got a call from my good friend Tyagarajan, inviting me to be on the steering committee, and I accepted it because it was something that I could relate to. Um, there are many, many invitations in CII that come to us almost annually, but very few are discerning, and sometimes we have a much stronger connect and uh, role and participation and contribution, and also on the other flip side of the coin is the takeaways, the learnings, and the interactions and so on and so forth with many like-minded senior professionals from the industry who have been involved in various activities over their decades of career and being in the industry, and also taking up projects of importance, which is very crucial for us to sustain ourselves in this ecosystem that we are in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to be here today and to speak about an area that I'm passionately involved in the social impact sector, because you may be wondering, what is she talking about being in social impact sector? Um, yes, I'll come to that later on when I speak about Bharat Biotech. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to CII for hosting this significant event, and to everyone present here for your dedication towards social impact through technology and innovation. I think those two words are to be underlined. The summit serves as a vital platform for discussing and showcasing innovations that drive social impact. This platform plays a crucial role in leveraging technology to address some of the most pressing social challenges as we face today. Social tech startups are transforming the landscape by using innovative solutions to tackle issues such as healthcare access, education, and environmental sustainability. Their work is not only commendable, but essential for creating scalable and impactful change. Today's agenda is rich with sessions and discussions from various industry leaders who have been actively involved in the impact sector. As a member of the steering committee for this platform, I would not want to say actively involved, but certainly involved in shaping the strategy direction to ensure it meets its objectives for fostering and scaling social tech innovations. We've had wonderful interactions with Pravina, of course, being there, again, a dear friend, and so many of the other committee members who have uh, a very large portfolio of um, exposure, experience from this social sector of change, social change, and from diverse fields. So it was something very interesting and learning and novel, in fact, for us to embark on such a model under the flagship of CII and its many, many initiatives. The entire committee has been working together in guiding this platform's initiatives, ensuring that they are aligned with CII's mission to support startups that drive meaningful impact. Collaboration is at the heart of our approach. We recognize that the synergy between corporates, startups, investors, and social organizations is key to amplifying impact. By forging strong partnerships and leveraging both global and local insights, we can enhance the effectiveness of our initiatives and make a greater difference in the years to come. Success stories and collaborative efforts demonstrate how powerful these synergies can be in driving systemic change and supporting the growth of social enterprises. This is showcased today through the compendium that highlights startups that have been working in this impact sector. I think later on we will be launching the compendium, and it will be there for all of you to see, um, with such good examples that have been showcased. Innovation, research, and development are the cornerstones of progress in every sector. Globally, we are witnessing transformative advancements driven by tech startups that are shaping industries and improving lives. From breakthroughs in healthcare and that extend lives and also enhance quality of care, to educational tools that democratize learning opportunities. Technology is proving to be a powerful enabler for social good. It is imperative that we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible. The challenge we face, whether we are in the climate action or whether we are in healthcare or education or any other area that is connected to the social ecosystem, I don't think there's, yes, the focus is very, very specific, but I think the cumulative impact and the collective impact that we need to create is going to be for the common good that we are all a part of, which is the society. All these require not just incremental improvements, but sustainable solutions. At Bharat Biotech, I'm coming back to where I wanted to say, what am I doing here? Start talking about social impact. When we started Bharat, uh, I just go back in timeline. This was 96, 98. Krishna and I returned to India after 14 years in the United States and had no sense of what it would mean to be a startup, because at that point of time, uh, uh, I don't know if this word startup was figuring out anywhere in our dictionaries. So we were not bothered about what we were being coined and called and referred to in many of the institutions and through the doors that we walked in. But it was very important for us to realize that there were areas in technology and innovation. For us, it was healthcare. So, because that was where the core competencies and the backgrounds and the training and the experience and the education all added up to. So, we felt that that was the only way that was the only gateway for us to enter into an area of science and technology and innovation, and thereby building intellectual property rights for India. At that point of time, we were manufacturing few vaccines from the government laboratories and the manufacturing facilities, maybe one or two privately held organizations were already in the fray, but the knowledge and the scientific changes and the technological changes that happen in the field of life sciences is almost like sometimes it's very hard to just go back and see what happened yesterday. There's so much of science and research and data and information that is just available and passed on and being done by many stakeholders across the world. I mean, this is just not India I'm referring to. I'm talking about the Western world. I'm talking about Japan and countries like Korea. And so there's immense advancements in in this especially field that we chose to take upon. So when we started out, it did feel a little, we were like fish out of water, because people did not understand the word biotechnology. And they said, what is this? Because it was not in the mainstream at all. It was mostly confined to the researchers, the academicians, the PhD students, the teachers, the mentors, and the guides, and all the institutions of high research, the Tata Institute of Fundamental Sciences or the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, the CSIR institutes across the country, the ICMR laboratories across the country, the DBT institutes, the Science and Technology Minister here, if he had been here, would have also spoken about some of these institutions that are the highest levels of research, where highest levels of research and academic training is done in this country, all publicly funded. So when we came into this space almost 30 years ago, we were talking about taking on the bull by its horns in a way, because we said we are going to attempt doing some of the things that these institutions, which have large public sector public funding through the government, of course, but we said we would apply it to our own areas where we need to bring in interventions in addressing technologies that are on par with the rest of the world, because we were still grappling with the first generation vaccines for the first 40, 30 year, 40, 50 years since independence. And then there came upon the changes in technology, and then these technologies come at a very huge cost. And some of them sometimes becoming very difficult for us to even access as a developing country at that point of time. I'm talking India at 50. Today is India at 75, so we have a different picture in front of us, and we are aiming for an India at 100, which absolutely is going to be a thrilling ride from now on as well. So this was the thought process that we walked into, and taking upon research and innovation, bringing up indigenous technologies so that we address our healthcare needs at our own level, and not be looking for technologies and products, processes, and products from the Western world, which were leaders then, which are leaders even now. To this day, they are still the leaders. So there is still that gap that exists between countries like ours. We are fast catching up. There's great strides that have happened over the last 25 years that I have seen personally of being in this sector. But today I can tell you proudly, I mean, I speak for I'm not speaking for Bharat, I speak for the entire sector that I represent, the life sciences, the pharmaceuticals, the biotech sector that has emerged in this country. It is not for no reason that we are called the pharmacy of the world. It is absolutely 100% true. We are capable today of delivering almost every pharmaceutical formulation that we do consume in the healthcare segment. We have also developed, researched, and developed novel vaccines in this time frame. We not only take care of our 27 million birth cohort of India, that is the birth cohort of India at this point of time. It's somewhere between 27 and 28. We manufacture close to 18 different vaccines. More than 12 to 15 of them are in the national immunization program that the government of India procures and distributes to the entire country. That's when COVID struck us, the rest of the world and we ourselves within the country had lots of doubts, and many, many, many questions were asked as to whether India was capable of manufacturing vaccines, and that too for a pandemic of that scale. But let me tell you, India is the fifth country in the world to have manufactured vaccines, not only manufactured, but also went on to prove that we could also develop our own vaccine indigenously. So that, I think, has rattled the entire global north as well. And we have shown that this can be done, and this is not the India that that people were used to and talking about, because I lived in the United States, so I know the references that were made about India when I was there in the 80s and 90s. So I can still remember those words keep reverberating in me even now. But that's not the India that we are in today. So this is a fine example to show that we completely rely on our own indigenous technologies, our own platforms, our own processes. And when we impact 27 million children that are born in our country, which means times 12 vaccines times 4 doses. So you can do the math and you can understand the volumes that we are capable of, we have scaled up to. And we not only do that, but in addition to it, almost all of us, all our Indian vaccines are, and pharmaceutical products as well, go to more than almost about 150 countries of the world. So we are also large. um, our supply in terms of the volumes that we supply, I mean, I think it runs in the billions of doses of vaccines. So it's not a, I mean, it's something that is not talked about. It's not in the public domain a lot. And because we come under the healthcare system, so we are very, very, and it's also a very highly regulated sector. Pharmaceuticals and vaccines, life sciences in total is a very highly regulated sector under the Ministry of Health, under the Ministry of Science and Technology, under the Ministry of Environment. So everything connects back to the work that we do. I also want you to know this, outside of the United States, the highest number of US FDA approved manufacturing facilities exist in India. So it goes to show that we have scaled to the levels, the standards, and the international guidelines and the standards that are required in terms of supplying bulk drugs and also the active pharmaceutical ingredients to the rest of the world, to the multinationals that then formulate it and then product it and market it. So these are areas where we have exceptionally done well. We distributed these vaccines across the country, and we've never made 1 billion doses of vaccines in 1 year. None of us normally do that. The polio campaign is probably the largest campaign that we as a country continue to do every year. So it's twice a year. So there was at one point of time, I remember 15, 20 years ago, that we kind of put together 500 million doses of the polio vaccine at our facilities in Hyderabad. After that, the pandemic was the next time around when we had to gear up for the volumes that we were looking at. And which other country has a population of 1.4 billion other than China being close to us? We have also now exceeded their numbers. So we have to, and we just can't. I know it's a very large, um, I mean, maybe the sky is the limit for all of us to think, but we need to think about it. We cannot just say that no, that's not for us and that is for someone else to try and take the baby steps forward. I think we whatever we do transcends beyond commerce and industry. And yes, we run a commercial operation, but ultimately, if our vaccines cannot be delivered at $1 a dose, or at 10 rupees a dose, for example, the polio vaccine, then what good is it? We do not market in the Western world. We market or supply to the international agencies that have to procure these vaccines to about 100 countries, which are the poorest of the countries in the world. And we need to be extremely cost competitive as well, without um, compromising on the quality. So these are small thoughts that was running in my mind that I thought I would want to share with all of you. As I said earlier, I'm extremely happy to be a part of this initiative under the CII, having worn several hats within the CII umbrella, under the CII umbrella. There's also another great initiative that comes to my mind is the Indian Women Network that we got started from the southern region, and now it has connected, it has gone across the country. So this is also another brainchild of the CII that came up, where we are now connecting all our corporates and our members across the country across sectors in bringing aboard all the women that are in careers and how they need to take forward their own careers forward in terms of connecting and growing themselves and also creating the change that is needed in our organizations and to the society at large. With these few words, I just wish that this whole day will go in great deliberations with excellent panels and speakers being lined up. And I wish I could stay here the whole day, but for my other appointments with the government today that are lined up, I will try to be here as much as I can. But I wish everyone the very best. Think big, start small, and scale, scale, and scale. That's the way forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujita. So you had the real social startup story before this terminology itself came into vogue. I want to ask you, Suchitra, uh, who gave you and Krishna the capital and how much it was? You can use the mic.
You didn't,
I didn't sound you. I'm going to ask
you
you.
didn't prepare me for this. They gave me some talking points, but this was not intentional. Um, we sold our house in the United States. We brought back some funds from that. There were some angel investors, again, back in the US, who believed that these technologies were very relevant and at that point of time is not available in this part of the world. Um, so they were angel investors, then that's about it. The venture capital ecosystem in India was very nascent. So people didn't understand the word biotechnology and product development, innovation, research, and manufacturing and scale. So financial institutions were a little slow in understanding this. We got turned down by a couple of institutions. I do not want to name them now. Um, they took back the term sheet that was given to me and Krishna before we quit our jobs in the US. So when we came back here, we ended up with no term sheet and no funding from them. All
So,
gone.
well done.
Started from
So-
scratch again, but of course, I would like to name one institution, the IDBI, for um, talking to us, understanding the space and then from the technologies, and then coming to us with both equity and short-term funding. There's one more thing. The government of India, you may be shocked when I say this word, the Department of Science and Technology has funds that are available for commercially viable projects and processes and organizations. If you can demonstrate that the scale can be done, then there is DBT, Department of Biotechnology, which has funded Bharat Biotech, um, enabled us with soft funding, which was very much at a, it was at a much lower cost than what the financial institutions normally would do. So they do encourage startups and have that kind of funding available under the government cash.
So well done, Suchitra. Sujit, I win today. How many members are there?
I think we have direct members about 3,000 and indirect in the sense that associated members, it's over close to 10,000. Yes.
So, apart from Bharat Biotech, which is a startup Suchitra led on behalf of CII, she was interested with the responsibility of creating that Indian Women Network. And she and Madhu is here, and Madhu Vasanti and her have grown this. That credit also goes to Sujitra. Give her a big hand and go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your continuous work to inspire all of us. Thank you so much. We now have a short video introducing the fish platform. Can we have the video, please? We now move to a significant moment of today's proceeding, the launch of the Social Tech Startup Compendium. This compendium highlights the remarkable contributions of startups leveraging technology to drive social impact. The featured startup represents key sectors including health tech, climate tech, renewable energy, agri-tech, waste management, fintech, water treatment, and smart city tech. May I request dignitaries to release the compendium, please? You may please scan the QR code to download the compendium, please. With this, we come to the delegate batch has the QR code in which the compendium can be accessed, through which the compendium can be accessed. Thank you. With this, we come to the end of the first inaugural session for the day. Thank you. Thank you, panelists. Thank you.